Oh yes, I know. That's Chris's next exciting task. No, we did make it in for you.
Right.
I know. I mean, it was only like 2 weeks ago I locked myself into the studio, so we'll get there. Locked out. So, yeah. Classic
He's not getting away.
Oh, right. Oh, we're live. Oh gosh, what are we doing?
We're live.
We're live. All right, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome in, wherever you're watching.
Sorry.
You're doing some sort of block dance there, Chris. Can't you wait?
You need to go
There
back.
we go. It's the traditional Sheffield dance.
Sorry everybody. Here you go.
There we go. Do I need to take cover, Chris?
Now, put it back one more time.
One more, okay.
There we
There we
go.
go. Chris is doing Scott this morning. He's
No, I just changed it all day. Right, cheers.
All right, everyone. So, yeah, welcome on into Sculpt. You're super welcome on in this morning. So, if you haven't done Sculpt before, it's yoga Pilates with weights. So you might want to just grab yourself some little weights. We've got just got little twos and ones today. If you're at home and you don't have any weights and you'd like us to drop some off, if you remember, just drop us a message on Facebook and we can come and drop you off some weights to borrow. Also, if you ever need to borrow a mat, you're also super welcome. Alright, so this is Sculpt 4, so we're thinking about adding intensity to our yoga practice, getting a bit more into the shoulders, into the back, as well as working into the abs and the legs. So a little bit of everything, but particularly focusing on using the weights to help access those muscles which are harder to build strength in with muscle weight, body weight alone. Other exciting things that are coming is Rise TV is about to come out even. So
Say about that.
today, you're going to be hearing today, you'll get an email.
They'll get an email from me telling them what it's about, and then they'll get 2 emails, one with their username and one with the access to the courses.
Boom. So, email from Chris, username, one email about it, one email with username and courses. There's going to be loads of courses in there. We're going to continue building content. It's a really lovely platform. So, we're going to have all of our live classes there, all of our on demand. It's got a really nice mobile app. So, yeah, look out for that. I'm pretty excited. Had a little sneak preview the other day. Very, very, very lovely. So, yeah, things to look out for. So that's going to be in your inbox today. If you don't hear about it, you do want to hear about it, do just drop us a message in case we can get through to you. Alright, so we've got 30 seconds to get started, so you might just grab your weights. So whatever weights you've got, if you're at home and you don't have weights, grabbing some wine bottles. What have you got today, Matt? Have you got, what vintage have you got? You've got
weights.
You've actually got weights! Oh! So, sad times.
The wine bottles were too light and the magnums were too heavy, so I had to lost the weight.
Awesome. Oh gosh, we're starting. Oh no, stop talking already. Right, come on down and find your way into a wide leg child's pose. So knees out wide towards the edges of the mat, big toes together, hips down towards the heels, stretching the spine long out in front of you. So you're all super welcome on into Sculpt. This is Sculpt 4. So about 3 standing sequences coming down to the floor after that. As always, remember you can lose the weights, you can switch around between different levels of weights, just work at your level. When you're ready, just taking a few deep breaths in, and letting your oxygen, your energy on board. Feeling that deep breath into the back body, into the side body. Shoulders relaxing down the back, forehead and eyes and jaw softening. And just taking 3 more breaths. So deep inhale. Exhale. 2. One more with deep inhale. Exhale. Nice. And from there, grounding down the hands, rolling on up and finding your way to a table pose. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. But now we're just going to take hands a step or so out in front of us. Just start to draw some nice fluid circles with the hips. So we're just starting to take some nice, easy warm-up moves, mobilizing through the hips. Maybe changing direction when you're ready. Just any little movements that feel good. Starting to maybe warm up with the hips. If you want to have a little go at a cat and a cow. out into a puppy. Everything that feels good. Maybe a little nod and roll of the head, shrug of the shoulders. Just starting to bring in some movement, bring in some space. Opening up joints. Noticing if there's any areas of the body that feel a little tighter, that need a little more attention. When you're ready, we're just going to bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers out wide, engage the core, tuck the toes, and move straight into a downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, we've got a deep upside down V-shaped position. We're thinking about spreading the fingers out wide. Make sure your pointer finger is facing forwards, and you want to spread the fingers out, ground down into the fingertips, almost like you're gripping the mat, and also press into the second knuckle. This is going to help protect the wrists. Really squeeze in the core and extend the hips as high as you can, wrapping the upper arms in towards each other. Like you're bringing the creases, the elbows to the sky, feel the shoulder blades move out wide on the back. You can take a little pedal out of the legs here, if that would feel nice. Maybe a little shake from side to side with the head. Downward facing dog, open up space in the hamstrings, in the calves, and the lower back as we build strength in the front side of the body. So thinking about that strong engagement through the abs, maybe a little lift with the quads. Inhale to extend and reach and stretch up high. Exhale, maybe relaxing into that dog, finding some space. Taking a deep breath in. And from there, starting to walk the feet towards the hands, finding your way into a floppy forward fold. Again, if you want to take a little free movement here, feel free. It can be quite nice to move the weight of the toes, lift the hips high, and from there let the head and the shoulders relax. So feeling an extension right from the tailbone all the way to the tip of the neck. Inhale, rocking the weight of the toes so the hips are high above the heels, opening up the hamstrings. Exhale, head and shoulders relax. Taking one breath in, deep inhale. Exhale. Perfect. From there, ground down with the feet, reach and rise. Inhale, reach and stretch and lift all the way up to the sky. And from there, bringing the hands to heart center, stepping to the front of your mat if you're not already there. And when you're ready, let's float. So inhale, reaching up, stretching up, opening the heart to sky, shoulders down the back. Exhale, swan dive, folding forwards, bending the knees if you need to, hands plant, head drops. On an inhale, float up high on the fingertips, or bring hands to the shins, drawing the shoulders down the back, stretching out, long flat back, inhale. And exhale, fold, plant the hands, hop, step and jump. Find your way to a plank pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, squeezing in the core. From there, we're going to use the toes, move the body weight forward so the shoulders move past the wrists, start to bend the elbows coming into low plank. Rolling onto the tops of the feet, shoulders down the back, point the toes, squeeze the glutes, up dog, opening through the heart, strengthening the legs. Stretch your way back to a downward facing dog from there. So the fingers are spread out wide, the core is engaged, really extend and lift. Power up high with the hips, wrapping the shoulders away from the ears. Once again, taking a moment, taking a breath, inhale. Exhale. From there, we're just going to bend the knees, look to hands, take a hop, step or jump forwards. Inhale, long flat back, extend, shoulders back, stretch out. Exhale, fold, release. Grounding down with the feet, reach and rise, lift up, stretch up, inhale. And exhale, folding straight back down once again. Inhale, find that long flat back or hands to shins, really extend and stretch, fill space in the hamstrings. Exhale, refold, plant the hands, and hop your way back to a plank. From there, we're going to tap the hand, opposite hand to foot, moving from plank to dog, squeezing in the core. If that's too much, you can plant both hands down, send the hips high, so moving plank to dog, or if you can, take the opposite hand to foot, starting to challenge the abdominals, starting to bring a little bit of a twist in towards the spine. We're taking a little bit of dynamic movement here, warming up the legs, starting to build some heat, preparing for our weighted sequence. Working here for 3. Deep breaths in and out, 2, 1. And from there, find your way all the way back to a downward facing dog. Fingers spread wide, core engaged, hips up high. Right foot rises, inhale, squeeze that right knee, left heel here, inhale. Exhale, drive that right knee to nose, squeeze the core. Inhale, lift up, stretch up, high in the hands into the mat, right foot high. And exhale, drive knee to nose. One more time, inhale, lift up, squeeze. Exhale, drive. Right foot meets left, hips high, left side. Left foot rising, really lift, extend, right foot grounding, left glute engage, and drive knee to nose. Inhale, lifting and stretching, powering that left foot high. Once again, drive and squeeze, final time, inhale, lift, 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 squeeze that glute. Exhale, drive. From there, pull out the feet, look to the hands, hop, step, jump forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Rounding down with the feet, root to rise up, stretch up, lifting up. And when you're ready, hands to heart center. We've got one more little back flow. Inhale, lift up, stretch up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, long flat back. And planting the hands, finding your way back to a plank. From there, we're going to move once again through low plank. So use tailbone body weight forwards, bend the elbow, low plank. Inhale, up dog, squeeze the glutes, point the toes. Exhale, down facing dog, hips up high, stretching up. From there, we're going to lift the right foot high, inhale. And exhale, land the right foot outside the right hand, dropping the left knee down. So we're coming into a lizard pose. Make sure the right knee is over the right ankle, the left knee is dropped. So we're starting to stretch through the hip flexors, shoulders back. From here, we're going to inhale, move the body weight forwards. And exhale, just start to stretch backwards in the head and the shoulders release, starting to open through the hamstrings. Inhaling forward, shoulders back, chest reaches forwards, opening through the heart. And exhale, stretch. One more time. Inhale, moving forward, stretch forwards. And exhale, just find that little hamstring opening as the weight moves back. From there, come back to neutral, tuck the toes, find a way to stand up. Hips are high, strong core. Left foot rises, inhale. And exhale, left foot lands outside, left hand and right knee drops down to the mat. From there, make sure you've got that left knee over left ankle. Move that left ankle forwards if you need to. And when you're ready, inhale, move the body weight forwards. Exhale, take that little stretch back, open out through the hamstrings. Nice work. Inhaling forward, so shoulders back, lengthening forwards. Exhale, just rocking back, stretching back, head and shoulders release. One more time. Inhaling forwards, just feeling the chest move forwards. Exhale, stretching back. From there, move forwards, tuck the toes, step back, and find downward facing dog. Hips are high, strong core. Take a moment, take a deep breath in. And from there, we're going to walk, step forward, jump the feet towards the hands. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Round out with the feet, root to rise, lift, extend all the way up to the sky. And bringing the hands to heart center there. Nice job. All right, from here, we're going to pick up our weights. We're going to move into our first weighted sequence. You might want to go, if you have got a set of weights, to some heavier weights, as we will be working some of our bigger muscle groups. So, starting off in standing, feet are hip distance apart, core engaged, shoulders down the back. We're going to take a straight leg deadlift into a high pull. So, we're going to keep the core engaged, move the body weight forwards. So we're just letting the weights move towards the feet. Try not to round the upper back, and then we're going to squeeze, come on up, using the legs, and we're going to draw the weight to the chin, elbows coming to the sky. So we're going to make that into a compound movement. So when you come into this deadlift, almost imagine you're trying to bring the crown of the head forwards, the body parallel to the mat, and then we're squeezing on up, we're getting into the upper back muscles, so elbows to the sky. So we're keeping the core engaged. You want to really feel that slow control on the way down. Make sure the core is engaged, the back is long, and then we're squeezing, driving on up. So lower with control, lifting with control, getting into the back body. We want the core to be really strong here. So we're feeling length in the spine. We're feeling control from the core. And we're getting into the backs of the legs, into the abdominals, into the upper back. So lots of work for the upper back today. Really nice area to strengthen. If you do a lot of work on computer, a lot of driving, really important to get into those muscles there. Working here, 2 more, a little lower. And squeeze and lift, stretching up. Perfect. Final time. Moving the body weight forwards. And squeeze, power up, elbows to sky. From there, I'm just going to bring the weights by the side. Step back with the left foot. The right knee is forwards, coming into a runner's lunge. So make sure that right knee is over the right ankle. And when you're ready, we're going to angle the body forwards. So we've got one diagonal line from heel to head. Flipping the grip here, so the palms are facing the sky, strong through the core. Really press into those back toes. Thinking about squaring the hips, and we're going to take 3 reversal grip rows, so palms to the sky. Elbows glide past the ribcage. Really feel that activity in the upper back. And when you've taken that 3, we're going to squeeze the core, hinge at the hips, so we're using the abs there. Draw the weights up to the shoulders, and then we're going to rotate and press. This is an Arnold press, getting into the biceps, into the shoulders. Then we're coming back down. So we're thinking about that movement between this diagonal lunge to an upright lunge. We're thinking about control there. So squeeze the core to facilitate that lift, and then we're rotating and pressing. Returning with control, the grip flips, And we're back into those rows. So looking good. So really squeeze the shoulder blades together in those rows. We're getting again into the upper back, into the middle back a little more here, and then we're working to the abs, shoulders, and chest. Getting loads of work for the legs here as well. Particularly when we're in this diagonal lunge, we're really challenging the quads and the glutes. Remember, keep that right hip moving backwards and the muscles of the legs switched on. Awesome stuff. Looking good. Working here, one more set, little squeeze of the shoulder blades. Really thinking about that power. Squeeze at the core to hinge and press up and release there. From there, we're going to drop the back knee down and take a quick little stretch. You might have to move that right foot forwards. The left hand is in line with the right. I'm just going to open the right hand up to the sky. Maybe roll on to the outer edge of that right foot. So we're taking a little stretch out through the hips, opening through the outside of the hips, opening through the heart. Nice breaths in. And one more, inhale. And exhale. Find your way back to a table pose. Hands underneath the shoulders. From there, we're going to move into a tricep into a row, left side. So planting your right hand down, left hand is going to be on the left shoulder. We're going to take a row, so we're going to draw the elbow in towards the rib cage. The weight comes up to the heart, and then we're going to extend the left arm straight, working to the tricep. Returning to left hand and weight come back to the chest and lower into a row. If that's too much, you can just take a row, just lifting up and down. And if you want the tricep extension, we're extending at the arm while the elbow is at the rib cage. Should feel really juicy on the back of the arms. If you'd like to make this harder again, you are very welcome to come up into a plank. It is quite a difficult asymmetric movement, so if you are in plank, it can be a little bit easier. If you take the feet just a little bit wider, give yourself a little bit more space. So we're thinking about squeezing the core wherever we are. So whether you're in table or in plank, we're thinking about keeping the core engaged, trying to keep the hips in line with the shoulders, looking good at home as we work into the upper body. So long spine, strong core, moving with control. Try not to swing the weight into that tricep extension, but really focus on control. Nice job. Working here for just another 3. So squeeze, feel into those muscles that are working. Similar to Pilates, you want to focus on muscular engagement. 2. Nice job. 1 more. And release. Plant both weights down, plant the hands. Use your toes, move the body weight forward to bend through the elbows like plank. Inhale, rolling onto the tops of the feet, squeeze the glutes, shoulders back, up dog. Exhale your way to a downward facing dog. Just take a moment there, reset for that little stretch of the hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale. From there, bend the knees, look to the hands, hop, step or float forwards. Inhale, long, flat back, extend, shoulders back. Exhale to fold. Hold it down there, grab your weights, and come all the way back up to standing. Okay, if you want to take a double leg deadlift, as we did on the last side, you're very welcome to. If you'd like to take an alternative, we're going to move the right foot to the centre of the mat, engage the left glute, lift the left toes off the mat, strong core, and we're going to take a single leg deadlift. So we're slowly lowering down, similarly you want the spine to stay long, squeezing the core, then we're going to take a knee drive at the top. So we're getting some extra balance work here. You want to keep the hips squaring towards the front side of the mat, so try to keep that left hip from hiking up, and then you're squeezing, driving on up. Want to think about engaging the quad of that standing right leg. So almost imagine you're lifting the kneecap up and lift with control. So it's a nice little seesaw-like motion. You want to keep the spine really long, looking great at home, well done. Slow lowers and lift. Squeeze and drive. Swapping legs there, so left foot grounds. Right toes out behind you. Remember, find that engagement in the standing legs first. Draw the left hip back, squeeze the right glute, left quad engaged, and then slowly lower. And then drive, squeeze the core as you drive knee to chest. Perfect. So we're taking that little movement forwards, moving with control. And then driving, squeezing, powering that right knee towards the chest. Awesome stuff. So try to make this control. Remember, try not to let the shoulders round in as you move to the earth. So the instinctive thing to do here is to let the shoulders move forwards. You want to keep that open chest, the shoulders moving back. Working here, nice job. For 3, so we're building strength in the legs, in the core. We're working on balance, hopefully. 2, 1 more. And release there, well done. Give those legs a little shake out. And then we're just going to move straight into our lunge. So the left foot is in the centre of the mat, the right foot is moving back. Remember, you can take the feet slightly wider if you need to create a stable base. We're going to be here for a little while, so make sure you nicely sit up, left knee and the left ankle, you're feeling comfortable. Drawing the left foot and the left hip back, engaging the right glutes, angling the body forwards when you're ready, flipping the palms to face the sky, 3 rows. So the elbows graze the rib cage, we're squeezing, really working into the back body, keeping the core engaged, that back leg strong. Then we're going to hinge, squeezing the core, rotate and press. Nice job. So working into the back muscles, into the upper back, into the middle back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Nice. And then squeeze the core, rotate and press up to the sky. Perfect, nice job. So thinking about moving with control. Don't forget about the legs. Maintain that lunge in the front leg out if you can. It's quite tempting to start to let that knee creep backwards, which isn't so much bad for the joint, but it does mean you're not getting as much of a juicy quad workout there. So squeezing with control and then hinge and press. Nice job. Awesome, looking good. Working here for 3, hang in there. So remember to breathe as well, want to keep that breath flowing, want to keep oxygen spreading through the body. 2, 1 more little set, so it's 3 rows. So really squeeze, powering into the back body, keep that leg engaged in the front, hinge, press, and release. Drop the the right knee down to the mat, and we're just going to take a little twist. So right hand plants in line with left, we're opening the left hand out to the sky. Maybe rolling onto the outer edge of that left foot, keeping the shoulders down the back, just aiming to feel a little stretch out through the outside of the legs, opening through the heart space. Nice job, taking a deep breath in, and out. 1 more, inhale, and exhale, find your way back to a plank. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, core is engaged. And from there, we are going to go back into our tricep row combo. So we're going to take a hand underneath the shoulder, right hand to the waist, squeeze the elbow past the rib cage, and then extend the arm into that tricep extension. So a little lower, squeeze, and extend. Remember, you can just come into a row if that feels better for you. So you can just draw the elbow up to the rib cage and lower again. The palm is facing the midline of the body. If you want to take it harder, come all the way up into a plank if you're ready. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core. Elbow past the rib cage, extend and release. So just working at your level, as always. Move with control. Find whatever variation works for you. So we're keeping the core engaged, the spine long. Trying to move with control. So again into the upper back. Also working into the triceps, that's the back of the arm. So a really great exercise for toning the backs of the arms. It's also a great way to build strength in the muscles that support our low plank transition. So a really useful complement to our yoga practice. Working here for just another 3. So remember you can switch around between levels. Try not to rush that tricep extension, it's quite tempting. Try not to swing it, try to find that power. 2. Nice job. 1 more if you can. And release. Plant both hands. Use the toes, move the body weight forwards, bend through the elbows, low plank. Inhale, sweep up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up high, core engaged, squeeze the core, wrapping the triceps in. Inhale. Exhale. Take a moment, take a breath. Just notice what's going on for you with the breath, with the body. Inhale. Exhale. And then bending the knees, hop, step or jump forwards. Inhale, long flat back. Exhale to fold. From there, we're going to move into our chair rows optional tricep extension, and then into a tricep warrior. So, feet are hip distance apart, shoulders are engaged down the back, core engaged. We're going to sink down into a chair pose. So, chair pose, weight into the heels, strong through the core. Thunderbolt position, make sure the spine is long, the core is engaged. From there, we're going to start off with the hands up the shoulder height, elbows facing backwards. From there, we're going to stand up, and as we do so, press out. Strong core, and then we're going to sink low back into that chair. So we're taking chair into a face row. So press and then squeeze the core, sink it down. So we're working into the quads, into the glutes here. We really feel the legs fire up. We don't want to feel like we're just bending in the knees. We want to feel the muscles of the legs engaged. So we're moving between this extension and this face pull, getting into the shoulders. A little bit more work for the upper back as well. Keep the core engaged. Remember, we're moving with control. Nice job, working here for 5. So make sure the weight is going backwards, the knees aren't tracking further forwards than the big toe. 4. Remember, core is tight, spine is long. Move with control. 3. Awesome stuff. Keep those elbows up in line with shoulders. 2. And 1. Nice job. Right foot forwards, left foot back. So we're going to move to a warrior 1 this time. So the whole arch of the left foot is grounded. We're steering the hips towards the short side of the mat, bending into that right knee. So grounding down into the outer edge of that right foot, steering the hips round right knee over right ankle. From there, we're going to take the elbows up in line with the shoulders. You can either take the weights together or have them apart. I prefer to have them together just for a bit of control. You want to keep the elbows in the eyes vision as you extend. Oh, don't grab your ponytail over the head, and then come back down again. So thinking about, once again, getting into the triceps, into the backs of the arms. We're extending, pressing out overhead, and slowly lowering down. So it should feel nice and juicy. Really think about the powering into the legs. So warrior 1, there's loads going on. We really need to ground down with the back foot. We're using the glutes, we're keeping the core engaged, try not to lean forwards. Keep pressing, keep that left quad lifting. Working here for 5, so getting into the triceps. So again, getting into those muscles at the back of the arms. 4. Nice job. Strong work for lower and upper body. 3. And we'll take it to a little plank sequence next. 2. Awesome stuff, looking good. 1 more. And from there, release. So we're going to release the weights down to the mat and step back to a plank. Hands underneath the shoulders, and then we'll start off in kneeling. So from here, we're going to take a lateral raise, right hand under right shoulder, left hand is on the weight, and we're just going to lift that left hand up in the sky, so it's like a lateral raise or a fly, chest fly, and lower again. So it's quite a juicy little movement. Should feel it in the upper back, in the chest. Try not to rush it, try not to swing it. If you need to lose the weights at any time or switch around between weights, do feel free. As always, if you want to rock up into a plank, feel free to take this movement from a plank. As always, though, work at your own level. We don't want to destabilize the body. We want to find the point where we feel like we've got control. So finding challenge, but also finding a point where you feel like you've got control over the movement. Awesome stuff. So we're working into the upper back, into the core, working on stability here. It's an asymmetric movement, so the body has to work really hard to stabilize. Nice job. Working here for 5. So moving up and down with control. 4. Awesome. Squeeze. 3. Slow, low, and lift. 2. Get into the chest and the upper arms. 1 more. And release. Nice job. Find your way back to plank. And either straight to down dog, or if you want to, lower through low plank. Inhale to up dog. Exhale away to a downward facing dog. Hopefully starting to feel a little bit warmer now. Deep inhale. Exhale. Take 1 more breath here. Deep breath in. And out. From there, little hop step or jump towards the hands. Inhale, long flat back, extend. Exhale to fold. From there, grounding down with the feet, root to rise, lift up, stretch up. And bring the hands to heart center. Great job. All right, while you're down there, grab your weights. Let's move into our second little chair exercise. So this time we're going to sink again straight into a chair to start off with. But the weights now facing away from the body, so the palms are facing the front of your mat, strong through the core. You might want to take the feet slightly wider here. Just give yourself a bit of a wider base, strong through the core, hips are down behind you, and from there we're going to stand up, draw the weights together, draw a little semicircle, and then coming back down. So just move that back on the mat so you can see. So we're thinking about squeezing the core to lift, open up. So we're taking an around the world type exercise. If you imagine the weights are about 30 degrees away in front of the line of the body, we're working into the rotator cuff here, into the muscles of the upper back. We're coordinating that with a nice, powerful bum squeezy chair movement. So try not to just feel like the legs are moving up and down, but again, really squeeze on the way up. So the legs are helping us out a little bit in that lift. And we're getting a lovely full body movement. So we're working into the upper body. And we're getting some work for the quads, for the glutes as well. Awesome stuff. Looking good at home. Working here for 5. So moving with control. Remember, lower and lift with control. 4. Nice work. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. All right, from there, left foot forwards, right foot back, warrior 1. So again, remember the left knee is over left ankle. We're drawing the left hip back, pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, right hip is moving forwards. Really ground out with that right heel, engage the right glute. When you're ready, tricep extensions. So make sure the elbows don't split out here, so that's why I like to have the weights together. If you're feeling a bit more confident, you can have the weights to the shoulders as well. From there, we're going to keep the elbows tucked in, strong through the core, extend and lower. So remember, it's a slow, controlled movement. We're thinking about keeping the core engaged. We're moving with control, keep steering the hip around towards the front side of the room. Try not to let that left knee move away from the stacking over the ankle. Want to really power into that quad there. Keep the glutes engaged. Try not to lean too far forward with the chest, but use the abs to support a long spine. Awesome stuff. Hang on in there. Working here for 5. Keep steering the hips round, lowering and lifting with control. 4. Getting that nice juicy burn in the back of the arms. 3. Nice. Almost there. 2. 1 more if you can. Nice job. And releasing there. From there, we're going to step back to a plank and down to table. Left hand under left shoulder, right hand has got hold of the weight, starting off in table. We're taking that lateral lift, that half fly, as we move the right hand up to the sky and lower it down again. Remember, you can have a little leg bend with the elbow. You can slow it down, only lift as far as feels good. And of course, if you fancy taking it up into a plank, you're super welcome to. Lifting and lowering with control. Keeping the core engaged. Strong through the abs here, keeping the spine long. Nice job. So lowering and lifting with equal control. So it's quite tempting to, once you reach the top, just let that arm fall down. Try not to rush it. Try to keep that slow sense of power. Keeping the core engaged. Working here for 5, so moving with control. 4, working into the back body, into the core. 3. Nice job. Slow lowers and lifts. 2. 1 more if you can. And release, find plank. And use the toes, move the body weight forwards, lower through low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale your way all the way back to a downward facing dog. Hips are high, core engaged, spreading the things out wide. Really lift and lengthen, inhale. Exhale. From there, hop, step, jump towards the hands. Inhale, long, flat back, extend and stretch. Exhale, fold. From there, we are going to grab our weights again, rise on up. And moving into a little bit of balance work, so our final little standing flow. Moving the weight into the right foot, we're going to take a tree pose. So this can be a low tree with the left foot on the floor, on the shin, or all the way up onto the inner thigh. I'm going to take it a bit lower here, as we are going to be working the upper body. Nice to maintain some stability. Remember, the core is engaged, the glutes are engaged. We're going to take the elbows up in line with the shoulders. Then we're going to squeeze the elbows in towards each other, and then open them out wide. So working to the chest, into the upper back. So slow squeeze in, and powerful movement back. Keeping the core engaged. Nice job. So we're opening and closing. Make sure that standing leg is strong, the right quad is strong, the right glute is strong. Perfect. We're not going to be here too much longer, just working here for 3, so static balance, working the abdominals, muscles, legs. 2, almost there, 1 more. Perfect, and release. Right foot forwards there, left foot is going to step back. So we're taking a warrior 2, right foot is facing forwards, left foot is facing the long side of the mat. Really ground down into the outer edge of the left foot, right knee moves forwards, engaging the muscles of the legs. And from there, we're going to take the arms out wide, palms to the sky, and we're going to take some bicep curls. So we're going to move the weights into the shoulders and out. Again, quite a fire little movement if the hands are up high. If you need to take it down, you can just move the hands down in line with the shoulders, and you can also just work that front arm if you prefer. So we're getting into the biceps here. These are the muscles on the front side of the upper arms, the opposite of the triceps. Just giving ourselves a little bit of balance here. Warrior 2, we've got that knee strapping over ankle. Really tempting to let it become a little bit more like a triangle leg. Try and keep that deep lunge in the front leg. Really challenging the quad. Keep grounding down in the outer edge of that back foot. Should feel like a nice hip opening as well. Make sure that left knee is moving towards the pinky toe and away from the big toe. Perfect. Grounding down, working here for 5. So lifting and lowering with control. 4. So slow those lifts. 3. Nice. 2. And 1. Release your weights there. And from there, we're just going to step straight back to a plank position. But one more little plank-based exercise, all working from table. Right hand under right shoulder. Then take the left hand to our weight, and we're going to rotate all the way open and back again from table into a kneeling side side plank. So the idea here is we're taking a full rotation. We took a half rotation the last exercise. This time we're taking a full rotation. If you'd like to work into a plank, it's a really nice one to take from a plank. So strong through the core. Take the feet slightly wider. Roll open into this modified half plank and rolling back again. So if you need to drop down to the knees, feel free. Or just rolling straight from a plank all the way around. So we're taking this lovely full body twist, using the core and the muscles of the upper back to control the movement down and up again. Also looking good. Working here for 5. So lift and strong core lower. 4. Moving with control. 3. Power on up. Nice job. 2. 1 more. And release there. Nice job. Alright, from there we're going to stretch straight back to down dog. Hips up high. Strong core. Taking a deep breath in. And from there, walk, step, jump towards the hands. Inhale, long, flat back. Exhale to fold. From there, grounding down the feet, root to rise. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Alright, almost here. So we're going to move the weight to the left foot this time. Right foot is going to come on to the inner side of the ankle, the shin, all the way up onto the inner thigh, whatever feels good. And we're going to take, once again, these little chest flies. So elbows in line with shoulders, strong through the core. We're working on stability in that standing leg, squeezing the elbows in towards each other. Make sure that quad is engaged. We're moving with control. Nice job. So keeping the chest lifted. Try not to stick the bum out behind you. Thinking about the crown of the head staying tall. Perfect. Working on opening that hip, working on balance, working here for 5. Well done. Slow out and in. 4, 3, 2. Almost there. Nice job. And 1. Alright, step out with the right foot. The left foot is facing forward. Big wide stance. Left knee moves over, left ankle heel to inner arch alignment. Engaging the muscles of the legs. And we're going to take the arms out wide. And then we're going to draw the elbows, the weights into the shoulders and back out again. Keeping the core engaged. Maintaining that slight tuck of the pelvis. Really grounding down with the outer edge of that right foot. So moving up. And in again, strong through the core, nice job. So working into the left quad, working into the glutes, keeping the chest lifted, engaging that right quad. Perfect. So remember, you've got the options to take it low if you need to, or just work that front arm if you need to. Working here for 5, so moving with control, lifting, and lowering 4. Keeping that chest up, slow out, slow in, 3, 2, almost there, 1 more, and release, great job. Alright, we're windmilling back to our final plank, so finding your way to table or plank, right hand onto the weight. Remember, you can start off in kneeling if you prefer, or either going straight from a plank, rotating into a side plank, lifting, lowering with control, or if you prefer, you're very welcome to work into that rotating side plank variation, moving with control. So work at whatever variation works for you. We're squeezing the core, opening up and coming back down again. Remember, if you need to lose the weight at this point, you're very welcome to. The idea is we're opening through the chest, we're finding this sense of rotation through the spine, we're working on our plank. So full body work here, working here for 5, lifting, stretching up, and lowering 4. Well done. The open, lift on up, 3, 2, and 1. Plant that weight down, find your way to plank, find your way all the way up to a downward facing dog. So send those hips up high, stretch, stretch, stretch deep, full inhale, exhale. From there, we're going to just hop to seated and send both legs out in front of us. So moving into abs next. So soft bend through the knees, inhale, reaching up high, exhale, angle the body forward. Just taking a really quick little stretch with the legs. So shooting the hips out behind you. Inhale, moving the body weight forwards, moving the ribcage towards the knees, deep breaths in. And out, head and shoulders relax for 3, Really stretch out there, lengthening to the lower back. 2. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. From there, we're going to plant the feet down and roll all the way down onto our lower back, working into our ab sequence. So, starting off, we're going to send the weights into the sky. Core is engaged here. We're going to reach up with the legs, soft bend through the knees. From there, we're going to take chin to chest, squeeze, press the weights towards the toes, and then slow lower down again. So remember, it's a chin to chest movement. From there, we're contracting the abdominals to reach to the toes. So we're taking these little curls here, working here for 5. So squeeze and press. So lifting chin to chest, contracting the abdominals, 4. Nice work, lowering and lifting. So we're adding weights in towards our little curls. 3. Slowing down. 2. So squeeze and press. Almost there, hanging in there. 1 more if you can. And from there, we're going to release the shoulders down. And we're going to take a similar movement, but this time we're going to squeeze the core, lift the legs, and lower. So you can start with the heels in towards the butt. And we're just taking these little reverse curls, squeezing in the core with a leg straight, or if you want to, lifting up with straight legs, taking reverse curls, and we're working here with weights, getting a little bit of extra work for the arms, adding some intensity. So do feel free to work at your level, lowering and lifting with control, squeezing in the core. Nice job, working here for 5. So we lift and lower, 4. The power up, squeeze the core. So feel as the abs are lifting the lower body off the floor. 3. Well done. 2. And 1. All right, from there we're going to take the knees out over the hips. Palms are facing together, weights over the head. We're going to take our coordination flat. So we're going to extend the legs as we take the arms wide, and then squeeze, knees back into chest, weights together. Lower back stays on the floor here. So squeeze back in. If you want to make it harder, chin to chest, shoulders come off the mat. We're going to work here with the shoulders off the mat, squeezing in the core, adding some extra intensity. So we want to make sure this is controlled. So we're taking a fly for the arms and this little bit of squeeze through the abs, extending out. So as the legs extend, the core works really hard to keep the lower back on the floor. Keeping the chin to the chest, all the shoulders down. Make sure there's no strain at all in the neck. Awesome stuff, team. Looking fab. Final little push, 5 minutes to go. Working here for 10. Really nice, strong through the core. 9. So really take it wide. 8. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the core. 7. So really lovely little exercise, working coordination on the chest, on the abs. 5. 4. Well done. Almost there. Hang on in there. 3. 2. And 1. Release. Awesome job. Hopefully feeling some work there in the abs. And then we're going to release a little with a little bit of bridge work. So knees are in the air. We're going to take the weights down towards the chest, and then we're going to squeeze the glutes, press the hips high as we press the weights in the sky. From there, we're going to slowly lower elbows and hips down, and then squeeze, press, so glutes are firing up, knees over ankles, slow lower down. So a really powerful squeezy, press, 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 working into the back body, and then a slow lower down. Keeping knees over ankles, lifting, and lowering. Awesome stuff. So keep that core engaged, moving with control, working here for 5. Slow lowers and lifts. We'll take some few little stretches after this. 4, so final little push. Feel that power in the back body, working to the chest. 3. Almost there. Power, 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 and lift. 2. 1 more, so powerful press and lift and squeeze and up. And 1. Release. Great job. Awesome work. Give yourself a lovely little squeeze and stretching. And when you're ready there, we're going to take the left ankle on to the right knee and take a little stretch. Taking a little supine pigeon, so taking the hands through around the back of the right leg or towards the right knee, stretching into the back of that left leg. Shoulders relaxed, inhaling. And exhaling. So deep breath into the back of the left leg. Back of the neck is long, shoulders releasing. Inhaling. And exhaling there. So 4 big deep stretch for 3. Inhaling. Exhaling 2. 1 more deep breath in. And Swapping over. Right ankle comes onto the left knee. And once again, we're taking that little stretch. We're taking the hands through to the back of the left leg. Finding that lovely big deep stretch right down through the back of the right leg. Shoulders are relaxed. Deep inhale. Exhale. While we're working here for 3. Deep breaths in. And 2. 1 more inhale. Exhale. And release there. So extending the legs out. You're going to extend out with the left leg, hugging with right, taking the left hand to the right knee, drawing the right knee across the chest, opening up with the right arm, making sure hip is over hip. We're stretching right knee and right hand away from each other. Inhale. And exhale, relaxing, releasing through the shoulders, through the top of the chest, through the spine. Deep inhale. Exhale for 3. Relaxing down. 2. 1 more breath in. And swapping over there. Right leg extends, hugging with left. And when you're ready, we're taking that twist on the side. So just drawing the left knee across the body, opening the left arm out, stretching out, inhale. And exhale, left shoulder releases, stretching to the outside of the left leg. Full steady breaths in. And for 3. Deep breaths in. 2. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Finally, just come through center, give yourself a little squeeze, and take a happy baby. So please have fingers around the big toes, around the knees and towards the armpits. Pressing the soles of the feet to the sky, the knees in, and the lower back down towards the floor. So we're stretching out through the lumbar spine, finding space in the hip, still rock and roll if that would be nice. Working here for just 3. Inhale. Exhaling 2. 1 more really deep breath in. And release there. Give yourself a little squeeze, and when you're ready, we're just going to rock our way up to seated. Awesome stuff. So we're going to take a little stretch for the shoulders, so grounding down with the sit bones, interlocking the hands, and stretch up to the sky. Sit bones are grounded, spine is long. Deep inhale, lift, lift, lift. And exhale, chin to chest, pressing the backs of the hands towards me, drawing the shoulders down and apart. Deep breath into the back body, deep inhale. Exhale. Opening the hands wide, drawing the shoulder blades together, stretching out through the chest, deep breath in. And finally just interlocking the hands. We're going to take both hands over to the left hip, draw the left shoulder down, inhale. Exhale, left elbow, ear down towards the left shoulder, stretching out through the right side of the chest, deep breath in. And second side, just taking that little stretch to the side, so wrists, hands go over to the right hip, inhale lift. So dropping the right ear down towards that right shoulder, throwing the right elbow back, stretching out there, deep breath in. And finally just give yourself a little wiggle, a little release. And have a lovely rest of the day, guys. Cheers, thanks for coming, R1SE, well done.
Thanks, Rosie.
Thanks, team.
Thank you, Rosie.
Thanks very much.
That was great.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. See you later.
See you later.
Thanks, Rosie.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hey, Rosie.
Yes.
You know, I play music on a separate unit
Yeah.
when I do the classes. Do you think at the beginning of the class you could say like it's flex 3 or whatever?
Oh, click on the tunes. Yeah.
And then do a countdown. And then so you start. I do it in a spin class. I do. It's quite good because you can have the tunes are quite good. You know, I've got a speaker that's quite good.
Yes, I can definitely do that.
But if you trigger it, then it's quite good. You can say do flex 15. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then everybody can be sequenced just the same.
We'll do that. Yes, I will. I will definitely do that. Yeah. No, that would be great.
Thanks very much.
No worries. No, it makes a difference to you.
Thanks very much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.